Part 23. Moses, Noah. The two prophets, Moses and Noah, are intertwined in the Bible. Exodus 2:2. And the woman conceived and bore a son. And when she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him 3 months. 21st of the 770 CE, Simon's appointed birth date as Jesus. 1st of the 1070 CE, Jews left Israel. 3 months point to 3 timelines. First timeline, 21st of the 770 CE to 1st of the 1070 CE. Second timeline, 1 of the 1070 CE to 1st of the 1st 71 CE. Third timeline, 1st of the 1st 71 CE to 1st of the 3 71 CE. Genesis 8:5. And the waters diminished steadily until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. 1:1070 CE, Moses left Jerusalem. Numbers 20, verse 1. Then the children of Israel, the whole assembly, came to the wilderness of Zin in the first month, and the people stayed at Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there. First of 71 CE, Moses stayed at Condus. Ezekiel 30, verse 20. And in the 11th year, in the first month, on the 7th day of the month, the word of Jehovah came to me, saying, 7th of the first 71 CE, Exodus 2:3. And when she could no longer hide him, she took for him a papyrus basket and plastered it with tar and pitch. And she put the child in it and placed it among the reeds on the bank of the river. Exodus 2:4. And his sister stood at a distance to find out what would happen to him. Papyrus basket referred to Noah's ark. Genesis 7:1. Then Jehovah said to Noah, come into the ark, you and all your household, for you alone I have seen to be righteous before me in this generation. Moses instructed Simon to get on board the ark. Numbers 33:3. Now they journeyed from Ramesses in the first month. On the 15th day of the first month, on the day after the Passover, the children of Israel went out with a high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians. 15th of the first 71 CE, Moses went on Noah's ark. Genesis 7:11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, on the 17th day of the month, on that very day, all the springs of the great deep burst open, and the windows of heaven opened. 17th of the first 71 CE, the ark was at Condus. Mark 11:12. And on the next day, when they had gone out from Bethany, he became hungry. 18th of the first 71 CE, the ark left Condus. Genesis 8:14. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dry. 27th of the second 71 CE, the ark arrived in Rome. Genesis 8:6. And at the end of 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. 18th of the first 71 CE to 27th of the second 71 CE, 40 days from Condus to Rome. Genesis 8:3. And the waters receded steadily from upon the earth. So at the end of 150 days, the waters began to diminish. First of the 1070 CE to 27th of the second 71 CE, 150 days from Rome, from Israel to Rome. Exodus 2:5. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river, while her maidens walked alongside the river. And she saw the basket in the midst of these reeds, and sent her female servant, and she brought it to her. Titus came to the ark. Exodus 2:6. And she opened it and saw the child, and there was the boy weeping. And she had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Titus identified Simon. Exodus 2:7. Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call a nurse from the Hebrew woman for you, that she may nurse the child for you?" Simon arrived in Rome on Noah's ark. Exodus 2:21. And Moses agreed to stay with the man, and he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. Exodus 2:22. And she bore a son, and he called his name Gershom, for he said, "I have been a sojourner in a foreign land." The man was Vespasian. Zipporah was Titus. Titus gave birth to Simon as a member of the Jesus entity. Rebels in Rome, February 27th, 71 CE. Matthew 14:25. And in the fourth watch of the night, he came to them, walking on the sea. Matthew 14:26. And the disciples, seeing him walking on the sea, were startled, saying, "It is a ghost." And they cried out for fear. The time was between 3 to 6 a.m. Titus came to disciples. Matthew 19:27. Then Peter answered and said to him, "Behold, we have left all and followed you. What then will there be for us?" Here, Simon was speaking to Titus. Jews left Israel and followed Titus to Rome. Jews became firstborn Catholics. Genesis 8:15. And God spoke to Noah, saying, Genesis 8:16, "Go forth from the ark, you and your wife and your sons' wives with you." Vespasian said to Simon, "Get out of the ship with your family." Exodus 8:17. "Bring out with you every living thing that is with you, of all flesh, birds and cattle, every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, that they may swarm on the earth and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth." Genesis 8:18. So Noah went forth, as well as his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him. Exodus 34:28. They took their flocks and their herds and their donkeys and whatever was in the city and whatever was in the field. The Romans looted and stole everything from Jews and brought it all to Rome. Genesis 8:19. Every animal, every creeping thing, and every bird, everything that moves upon the earth, went forth from the ark according to their families. Vespasian ordered Simon and his family to get out of the ark. All animals were taken out of the ark. However, the verse did not state when the treasures were removed. Exodus 37:1. Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood. The ark was full of treasures. Matthew 19:28. And Jesus said to them, "Truly I say to you that you who have followed me in the restoration, when the Son of Man sits on the throne of his glory, you also shall sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." The Jews followed Titus to Rome. Genesis 20, verse 15. And Abimelech said, "My land is now before you. Dwell wherever it pleases you." And Titus said, "My land, you can stay." Genesis 26:2. And Jehovah appeared to him and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Dwell in the land of which I will tell you." And Yahweh appeared to him and suggested they go down to Israel. "Dwell in Rome, of which I will tell you." Genesis 26:3. "Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you and will bless you. For to you and your seed I will give all these lands, and I will establish the oath which I swore to Abraham, your father." This was Vespasian talking to Jewish rebels. The oath was intended to make Simon the Messiah. This was a scheme.